So what if you're just a guy talking to your friend about a gacha game when a Gyaru bumps into you? You think nothing of it, but find that same Gyaru crying at your work later after being dumped. So you decided to take her back to your place so she has somewhere to sleep that night. And she keeps showing up more and more, and you decide to help her out more and more as the days go on. Well, that's the story of the doujin I have for you today. Let's talk 606166, called Let Me Stay for the Night Otaku-kun. It's from the absolute Danimaru. Even though the tags on this one doesn't make it seem like much, it's still a very wholesome story. So let's just get right into it. The doujin starts out with Okuda, our main character, fangirling over a gacha character he's absolutely obsessed with. But someone bumps into him, this scary looking Gyaru whose name is Hinata, and doesn't seem to be too happy in her current relationship. Okuda's dwelling on this because to him and his friend group, love stories are for other people, a thing guys like him will never have. It cuts to later, and Okuda is working, thinking about how he's an otaku that never had a girlfriend, working every day just to pour that money into gacha, merch, and concerts. But he's happy like that. His loner thoughts get interrupted by someone crying their eyes out though. He walks up to try and calm her down and realizes it's Hinata, but she's complaining about how she doesn't have a home to go back to anymore. She's completely airing out her woes though, about how her boyfriend dumped her and she doesn't have a place to sleep, completely different from the image of her earlier in the cafeteria. Through her crying, Hinata recognizes Okuda as the otaku from the cafeteria. She thinks it's destiny because she asks to stay the night at his place. She doesn't have any money and he's trying to say absolutely not, cutting to him bringing her home later because he just couldn't abandon a girl in trouble. Okuda tries to go in and tidy up, but she just barges in and falls asleep with his body pillow. He starts imagining things and goes to bust in the bathroom, to which she walks in on him, and you can probably guess what happens. He wakes up the next morning to see a note from Hinata, and he couldn't concentrate on the lectures all day and goes home, only for Hinata to show up wanting to crash at his place. But he doesn't mind her, because she didn't mock his otaku hobbies and even read and enjoyed some of his manga. She takes notice of the posters around his room, and the two watch the show that the gacha character from earlier is from. And one scene gets Hinata so much that she starts crying, seeing herself in the character, because she's never been good at things and would always try her hardest to be loved. Watching this reminded her of all that. But to Okuda, her crying erased any fear he had of her, realizing she's just another ordinary girl. A few days later, Okuda's at the store texting Hinata with plans to watch anime together, but he sees this cat-shaped treat and decides to, of course, get it for her. He tries to do the thing where he plays it off, saying to not force herself to eat it, but she's just happy he thought of her and picked it out, realizing that he's already fallen for her. But he's always giving things to her, and she thinks she could give something back, like maybe a good time. He's not up for that idea though, since she's been helping with chores and such, thinking the more he gets to know about her, the less he wants to do anything like that with her. So she rephrases, saying she wants to do it, and so they do. But in the middle of their workout, she gets a call from her ex, saying he wants her back. This pushes Okuda over the edge, and whispers in Hinata's ear that he loves her, that spending time with her had made him fall for her, and then not being together is a thought he doesn't want. But she asks if he's serious, kissing him and saying she loves him too. They finish up and it's already laid out. Since it's their anniversary, they decide to go to the convenience store and buy whatever they want, but need a bath first, with the doujin ending with them talking about what they're gonna get. Overall, I rate this an 11 out of 10. It's just absolutely fantastic, and I'd expect nothing less from the GOAT themselves. The story felt well-rounded for it being somewhat of a shorter sauce, especially for Danimaru, but the art style absolutely carried it. And just a side note, I absolutely love how much detail Danimaru throws into the eyes of their characters. Regardless, it's an amazing sauce, and I recommend you check it out for yourselves as always, and supporting the author in any way you can. Here's their Twitter, for example. But that's all I got. I'll see you in the next one.
Attack on Titan, Tokyo Ghoul. These hentai babes make me drool. Hasune Biku is great. She makes me masturbate. Fairy tale.